Welcome to the Beyond Physio podcast, where we help you move, excel, and inspire others on your journey to your next level with knowledge and advice from experts and testimonials from our like-minded community.
Ashna, I want to thank you so much for carving out some time for us on a Thursday night to share your story. And it's been such a pleasure working with you. I know our team has had such a great pleasure working with you because you're so motivated. You actually do what we ask you to do. And that tends to be the kind of person we want to attract to our clinic anyway. But thank you so much for coming. But what I know from our conversations is that this isn't your first run-in with physical therapy. Your journey started way back before we saw you, right?
Yes. Actually, it even started in about middle school when I had problems with my feet.
Yes.
I had growth plate issues. And then that turned into some knee pain here and there when I was running super casually. And then in high school, when I started running as part of workouts, it would come up a lot more frequently. I had to take breaks from track and was not able to get as involved as I would have loved to with sports. And then I started taking running a little bit more seriously in college. And that's when some of the pain had started to come back.
And you went to the Tar Heel School.
Yes, I did.
Which my daughter also goes to. So tell me, while you're in college, did you have to go to physical therapy then too? For the same kinds of things that were happening before?
Yes, I did.
Wow. So tell us about that experience, because I want everyone to hear what you experienced back in the day and kind of what you have experienced while you've been at Next Level.
Yeah. So I started with physical therapy in addition to what I was trying to do online by myself. So I am a master at just searching things up online.
You're a good researcher. I remember that.
Yeah, I'm not that great, clearly. But I would just go to the physical therapy clinic, get handed a couple of exercises to do. And I think they were a good start at just helping me recover from the immediate pain that I was in.
The basic stuff you're going through.
The basic stuff. And if you think about it, it was like the week 1 or 2 of what we were doing here.
Yes, right.
But nothing beyond that, really.
So basically it stopped at just providing you basic care to manage some of your symptoms.
Yes.
And after that, you're basically like, sayonara, good luck.
I don't think I did like more than 2 or 3 visits.
Oh my God.
It was the same thing again and again.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's funny because that's one of the things that we hear often from our clients here, where I feel like I'm challenged every session when I come in, or things are upgraded or things are changed, because it's almost like our program is trying to meet our clients where they're at in their journey to get back to where they want to be. What you have described is basically our phase 1, which is getting people out of pain, retraining the brain, helping people to get new habits in, but they didn't even go that far at the practices you went to, I think.
No, and I don't even think that they focused on what I was trying to do as an athlete. When I was trying to run, there's certain exercises that we did here that retrained my brain to think and act in a certain way. Didn't really happen. I was doing clamshells for 30 minutes.
And for anyone out there, there's nothing wrong with clamshells.
No.
But number 1, if you do them wrong, they're totally pointless. Number 2, if that's your only remedy for dealing with any kind of hip thing going on, if there's weakness, quote unquote, or anything down the leg, you're really missing the picture on other kinds of things that you can do to get yourself back into running. And Ashna, being a runner who's training for Chicago, we wanted to make sure that she wasn't going to be just good enough. We wanted to make sure that your training, your program, all the stuff was in line with the goals that you wanted to hit for Chicago. And when we first met you, as I recall, we were even wondering if Chicago was going to work for you because of your symptoms and how you're in so much pain. But I think you quickly progressed from there.
Yeah, I did, for sure. I was out on the road maybe a month or 2 after.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is that during that training process, one of the things that you had mentioned to me, Ashna, was that although you do work out, although strength training is an important part of what you do outside of everything, that there wasn't a lot of guidance from the physical therapists that you saw in the past.
No, nothing about weight training at all, really. And I think I had come up with my own weight training plans, but they were not specific to running. So I was doing a lot of conventional deadlifts, squats, like the normal stuff, bench presses, but one-sided balancing, that was never there. And explosiveness, that was never there.
Yeah. It's funny because when I saw you, when I mentioned some of the exercises that we did, you actually were pretty familiar with them, which I think helped us. And I think the only thing that we had to tweak was that we wanted to make sure that it was a single leg kind of thing because as a lot of runners know out there, running is a single leg activity. So we want to make sure that at some phase during the rehab, that we make sure that we are training each leg individually to work out any kinds of imbalances between the two sides.
Even in different ways.
Exactly. Yeah. And you were so compliant with the program, which is awesome. Do you think strength training was a big part of your recovery?
Yes, I do.
That's really good.
100%.
That's awesome. It's funny because a lot of runners tell us that I know strength is important. And it's funny, we were at a running group last week. And one of the questions that Dr. Megan asked the whole group of 50 people was like, anyone here strength train? And everyone raised their hand, which is great. But I can almost guarantee that they're probably not doing the kind of strength that you did, number one. And number two, I'm not sure if they're using their time well enough to be able to be efficient with the kinds of exercises that should be helpful for what they're trying to get back to.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Great. So now can you tell us where you are in your training? Because Chicago's coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, so I was able to get in about 15 miles for my long run
Nice.
last week.
And totally fine now.
And mostly totally fine. There's
Yep.
always going to be ups and downs.
Yes,
with
of course.
training.
Yeah.
But nothing over like a 1 or 2 pain level, which is
Hey.
awesome. Yeah.
Just in time.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And so now it's cool because it sounds like you feel pretty confident about getting back to the race.
I feel much stronger.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm like lagging and dragging my body across the 15 miles that I did. It's an improvement because in those long runs, you don't want to feel like you're 110% worn out.
Definitely not. Yeah.
So yeah, definitely feel stronger.
That's awesome. So tell us, like, as far as your experience, what's your experience been with us as far as our staff and everybody like that?
Yeah, it's been awesome. It feels like a family when I walk in here. I feel challenged. I know that there's a plan for me every time I walk in here, and I see the weights back there. I know you guys are gonna kill me every time I walk in here, and it's a great experience because you all take very good care, are attentive. When I do show that I have pain in certain places, we work on those things in the appointments that I'm coming here for. So yeah, very grateful.
That's awesome. And Ashna, what's really cool is that we got to see you through all 3 phases of our methodologies. That first phase 1, we're getting out of pain, we're training your brain. Number 2, which is where rehab starts, getting you strength and stability. And number 3, which is where we don't see you that often. And that's our phase 3 where we get to see.
Sad.
I know. It's like a bittersweet kind of thing because now we know our athletes are where they need to be. We see them here and there as we need to, but that's because our whole goal is to get you back to, in your case, it's race preparation.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. Ashna, what are, like, if somebody was on the fence about coming to see us, what would you tell them to encourage them that this is the place for them?
The experience between physical therapists elsewhere and what you all offer, it's just comprehensive here. There, I really felt that they were just taking care of the one part of the body that was hurting. And I don't think that's the proper way to heal, right?
I agree.
It's your body, it's your habits, it's like strength training. There's multiple factors that
How you run.
Yeah, how you run, your nutrition, what you're eating, how you're sleeping. There's a lot that goes into that picture of trying to get yourself out of pain and become a stronger runner, swimmer, tennis player, pickleball player, whatever you are. That's why I feel like my experience at Next Level has been so impactful.
Wow. That really means a lot. Thank you so much for that.
Okay. So this one is from last year.
Yeah.
And then if you swipe, you'll see the one from this year. Swipe to the other side. That's
no way.
Yeah.
That's a massive improvement.
Yeah. And I don't feel tired. Like,
are you serious?
That's like amazing. 2 minutes down.
That is.
I don't think like I changed that much besides you guys helping me strength train properly.
Yeah, and then your running gait, I think, worked out.
Is that crazy?
It is crazy. Did I tell you about our guy and
this day, like last year, I was dead the entire night. I would not work. Like I was just on the sofa.
Oh my gosh.
I was dying.
Really?
Yes.
Gosh, that. If there was like a word, maybe 1 or 2 words that come to mind when you think about Next Level, what might those words be?
Let's see. I've used this already. Impactful and caring.
Oh, that's great.
Like, I really feel like you all took very good care of me. So
That's really good. I'm so
yeah.
glad you felt that way. And again, I think what makes what we do better is when we have clients like you who really care about your health, and you're not just looking to get off the couch. You're looking to get better at something that you're really passionate about.
Yes.
And for us, that motivates us more to make sure that we can get someone like you, Ashna, back to the running goals you have. And other people out there, like you said, we have a lot of hybrid athletes. We have golfers, tennis players. We have a lot of youth athletes too, and college athletes who are coming in for very specific kinds of things. And over the years, one reputation we've gotten is you guys solve weird issues. And so we have a lot of people coming in with chronic challenges.
Yeah. You evaluated everything possible because my pain was coming in all sorts of
Yes, it
different
was.
ways. I was at some point I was afraid that I had a meniscus tear.
Yes, yes. I think we rolled that out.
Yeah, we
Thankfully.
ruled that out. But yeah, so evaluating every week and yeah,
That's
awesome.
awesome. Asha, thank you so much again, and looking
Thanks for
forward
having me.
to seeing your race success in Chicago coming up.
Thank you. Thank you
Awesome.
so much.
Yep.
Thanks so much for tuning into today's episode. It really does mean a lot to us. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, or comment if you got at least one or two helpful insights or takeaways to help you get to your next level.